Hi, welcome back, dosto. What you're observing on the screen is a very important, yes, numerical from the chapter of trigonometry, the concept of trigonometry. If you observe it carefully, what we can say, sir, we need to show that, prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side, where cos A upon sin A is equal to 1 plus tan A by 2 divided by 1 minus tan A by 2. Now the question is how we are going to start with the solution. If you observe it very carefully, what we can say, we need to have two sides. One is LHS and another one is RHS. And it is our decision to start with which side. Means either we should note down the question as LHS, start solving it, we end up with the answer of RHS. Or start with RHS, we move into the concept of LHS. So this, dosto, what is important thing is first to develop a logical thinking, okay, what we are going to do, how we are going to proceed in the solution, and why we are going to start with as a first step. So whenever we observe any question and solution, this is a very basic line because we are not here to mug up the different steps. Because what we observe number of times, people will write different steps and they will just explain us the steps. But my question is, why you have started with that as a first line? First step, the number of times the answer will be, so it is a standard set, so we should need to move into that part only. Nothing is standard those. If you feel it, it must be the first step, we should know the logic why it must be the first step. And this is the thing what I'm interested to discuss with all of you. Then we can move into the solution part. So by observation, what we can say, LHS is a set of terms with a complete angles, and on RHS we can see the angles are in halfway, a by 2 may have. What is meaning of when they are expressed in terms of a by 2? What we can say, they are submultiple angles because we know whenever angle is expressed as a by 2, a by 3, a by 4, they are called as submultiple angles. So this will be a set of submultiple angles. So it will be a difficult scenario to start with these angles and move to this part. And instead of that, if we start with the LHS because it is expressed in terms of an complete angle, and if you ask me, yes, we may have some formulas of very basic part. Just we need to know what will be those set of formulas. So also for your help, I'm interested to note down some formulas in front of you, and then we can discuss which formula can be used for the application part. So the first formula what we are having with us is for sin A. It is given as 2 sin A by 2 into cos A by 2. So what is the formula that we are having with us? It is sin A is a 2 sin A by 2 into cos A by 2. Similar fashion, what we can say, we are having different formulas of cos A. So cos A will be written as cos square A by 2 minus sin square A by 2. Now here number of students will ask me, so why we started with this as the only formula? I'm not interested to move at this as the formula because in some previous sessions we might have gone through the formulas like 1 plus cos A. And when we see that part 1 plus cos A, what we realize, we know the formulas of 1 plus cos A. For plus sign, we are using it as 2 cos square A by 2. And when we have 1 minus cos A, we have a practice of using the formula 2 sin square A by 2. So, also, if you observe it very properly, what we can understood from the very basic concept, we should use the formulas as per our need. Why I'm emphasizing this point in front of you, because in some questions, some numericals, we may have 1 plus cos A, 1 minus cos A. At that time, we can go for this set of formulas. But when we have only the formula of cos A, so it's nothing but the same part. This is the original formula what we use for cos A. It is cos square A by 2 minus sin square A by 2. And when we enter into the pure adjustment, when we enter into the pure adjustment, it is a term, it is a step to decide, can we know the value of 1? So number of times we say, yeah, we know the value of 1. What is that value of 1? So the very basic formula. So what we have just concluded this, we know the two formulas, but they are not required right now. So we are going to remove it from our board because they are not required right now. And why they are not required? We have just gone through a brief description, their discussions. So after using sin A and cos A, what we are observing in the left hand side is 1. What we can say, we know an formula. It is a cos square A by 2 plus a sin square A by 2 is equal to 1. You might have surprised to see the formula, so you have written in an opposite way. Yes, purposefully I have written it an opposite way. And it's a sincere request to all of you to remember the trick which is required to solve this numerical. Because number of times we are having the habit of using the formula sin square theta plus cos square theta that is equal to 1. And student may say the sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. Or sin square A by 2 plus cos square A by 2 is equal to 1. Sure? But if you see it, if I am going to use sin square A by 2 plus cos square A by 2 as 1, and if you are having cos square A by 2 minus sin square A by 2, then it may be a little bit difficult for us for doing the adjustment. बाकी कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Everything remains same. So just this is a hint to make it simplified. Because we are using this formula, I am suggesting you to write cos square A by 2 plus sin square A by 2 as 1 instead of writing sin square A by 2 plus cos square A by 2 as 1. Since we know a square plus b square bolo, yeah, if you say it is a b square plus a square, both the things remain same, they exactly same. Sure. So now what we can say, we have discussed the logical thinking, we have gone into that logical part, and we have found out, okay, by observation of question, it's our decision, first step, to start with LHS, because we have different set of formulas. So we are going to enter into LHS, and we are going to substitute the formulas in that part, and we try to find out what is the outcome of it. So we can move into that part. So what we can say, the solution part, we are starting with LHS, and LHS is given by cos A upon 1 minus sin A. Yes, sir. Very good. What is the formula of cos A? We are having the formula. So दोस्तों मैंने हमेशा बोला है, what I expressed you, we should have the tools with us to work with machine. These formulas are like our tools. Without this, we are not an engineer. So what is cos A? It is a cos square A by 2 minus sin square A by 2 whole divided by. So 1 will be written as cos square A by 2 plus sin square A by 2 minus sin A is written as 2 sin A by 2 into cos A by 2. Are you getting it? That's a beautiful way of that adjustment. Because when we are here observing that formula, now we should do some adjustment, and hope so you might have thought out the step of adjustment. And if it is not, also it is required to be think in that direction. So we can just rewrite these terms as cos square A by 2 minus sin square A by 2. That is our numerator. We have kept it as it is. But in the denominator, please observe what I've done. Yeah, what I'm doing. Please observe it carefully. What I've done, a square plus b square, I have taken the last term and I inserted as a middle term. If you go to the very basic formulas what we have studied from childhood, what we can say, so a square minus a b square can be written as a plus b into a minus b. Is that so? Same fashion, if you have a square plus a 2ab plus a b square, we have a habit of writing it as a plus b whole the square. And if we have a square minus 2ab plus b square, friends, we can say it is a minus b the whole square. It is a minus b the whole square. Sure? So much में आ रहा है? Can you do some adjustment? If you observe it properly, this complete term is considered as a square, this complete term is considered as b square. So in this case, our a is cos a by 2, and in this case, our b is sin a by 2. This is the cos a by 2, this is sin a by 2, this is a square minus 2ab plus b square. And we can do the adjustment, fine adjustment, and what we can say is a plus b. So it is cos a by 2 plus sin a by 2, that is a plus b, cos a by 2 minus sin a by 2, a plus b, a minus b, whole divided by a square minus 2ab plus b square. The term can be written as cos a by 2, center a minus a, we should use a minus sin a by 2, the bracket square, that is a minus b, the bracket square. Sure. And if you observe it very carefully, what we can see, what we can find out, it is a cos a by 2 plus sin a by 2. This is cos a by 2 minus sin a by 2, whole divided by cos a by 2 minus sin a by 2, the whole square. Oh my God, we are having only single bracket in the numerator, and in the denominator we are having a whole square. What we can do? We can deduce a bracket and a square, and the term which is available will be cos a by 2 plus sin a by 2 divided by, इसे ऊपर लिख देते हैं यहाँ पे, we can note down the step here only. So what we have done, the numerator remain as it is, and one bracket is cancelled, तो square गया, another bracket remain as it is. But whether we achieved our final answer, मैंने हमेशा बोला, I always told you to observe the right hand side continuously. What we need, so we need tan a by 2 and tan a by 2. Whether we are having a tan with us, no sir. How tan can be obtained? So tan is nothing but sin divided by cos. Right now we are having sin a by 2, we are having cos a by 2, but we require 1. Now the question is, we have cos a by 2 and we require 1 in that part. Can anyone let me know how to obtain 1 from cos a by 2? That's a common sense, sir. Divided by the same term, we can have the answer as 1. And when we require tan a by 2 and we are writing it as sin a by 2, no problem. Divide again by cos a by 2. We will be having the same answer. What is the important step? Multiply. या डायरेक्टली आप लिख सकते हैं divide. We can say divide numerator and the denominator by cos a by 2. Divide numerator and denominator by cos a by 2. And what we can say, we are having cos a by 2 plus sin a by 2 whole divided by cos a by 2 divided by cos a by 2 minus sin a by 2 whole divided by cos a. So dividing a complete numerator and complete denominator by the term, what we can say, what we have started with, divide and rule, split them apart. So where we can see the step with the cos a by 2 on split it, cos a by 2 plus sin a by 2 on cos a by 2 whole divided by cos a by 2 upon cos a by 2 minus sin a by 2 upon cos a by 2. So you can say the terms will get cancelled out, the terms will get cancelled out. And यहाँ पे what we can have is 1 plus sin by cos will be a tan a by 2 whole divided by 1 minus tan a by 2. And what is this? So this is nothing but RHS. Or we can say the LHS is equal to RHS. Understood? And speed. We are at the same part. Sure? So, what do you think? Getting the understanding? So, in this solution, I started with the question. I was not directly moved into the solution. I have discussed with you. I have shown you what is the methodology, how we should focus on that part to move into the thing. Akka, if you think the session was an informative one, please comment me. I'm expecting your reply in the chat. If you feel it is worth of sharing, share with all of your friends. This is me, Joshi sir, recording it for Success Engineering Classes. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट सेशन में, तब तक के लिए थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट,